Hello.
Hey,
You made it through. You sound loud and clear.
awesome.
How you doing today?
How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. And how was your weekend? Tell me about it.
Was good. Did a lot of, site admin stuff, maintenance, but also did a little bit of chilling too, like did some food truck stuff and hanging out with some friends.
Oh, okay. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. So
hmm
shoot. So I know like it's crazy like to balance the professional with the personal life.
Yeah, sometimes it is, yeah.
most definitely. And so with your editing, like what software do you use with your editing? What kind of
So I have a Mac laptop and
okay.
I use iMovie for like all of my stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know some people use like, Premiere or like Filmora and stuff, but my videos are pretty like straightforward and simple, and I feel like the more simple editing just like, just fits my style a little bit. I haven't had to use anything more like professional or like paid services, so it's pretty cool.
most definitely. And I see you be putting in work, Miss Lady. AVN nominated? Tell us about it.
Yeah. So I actually was nominated for favorite clip star. It was a fan category. So
Oh,
fans got to like nominate the people they wanted to see. And then AVN chose out of those nominees, and then they got to vote on who they wanted to win. And that was really awesome. I felt really proud to get that nomination. I had busted out like I think 100 clips that year, so it was like really
it
cool to see
was
like some recognition for that.
yeah, because that's major to be nominated for AVN, be it that that's like the top of our industry.
Yeah, it was really cool to get to like go and experience the red carpet and the award show and stuff, and like, you know, like a piece of paper, with all the other nominees. That was really cool.
Oh, that is beautiful. So look, let me do these particulars and we can get into this interview, okay, Miss Lady?
Okay. Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Smokers Lounge here on Anchor, the perfect app for anyone who's trying to start their own podcasting career. All you got to do is download the Anchor app or download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm and get yourself a profile today. You can monetize your episodes as well as get platforms and do this for free. I'm your host, Kevin Arvis of Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Y'all know what it is. Find my porn links. 15 years worth of porn, people. Find my porn links, my music, as well as my social media, all with one link. I'm talking about allmylinks.com/porn rap star. We're also sponsored by the Facebook of the Ellis community. I'm talking about ellisworld.com. Go there today, get yourself a profile, and mingle with keen-minded people like yourself, and even find events in your area you might could attend. Also, we are a proud member of the GW District Black Podcasting Network. I'm talking about multiple podcasts giving you the Black experience. And plus, while you're there, you can get some shopping done from over 500 Black retailers. I'm talking about shopgwdistrict.com. Buy Black, support Black businesses so we can create the Black economy, so we create generational wealth. Also, as you know, on K97FM, the radio station for porn. That's right, people. Every Monday Night Smoke, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm on the radio and I'm talking to sexy ladies like this lady here about the business of porn. So tune in and come catch this smoke every Monday Night Smoke. Now I'm about to let this sexy lady introduce herself.
Hey, so I'm Celeste Luna, cam star, porn star, clip star, all the above.
She's everything. So, with that being said, let's start at the beginning. How did you get into the business?
Well, in my like kind of early like 20s, I kind of dabbled with some cam girl stuff, like going on different platforms and seeing what that was like, but I didn't really like know a whole lot about it. And like
Mhm.
my eyes were kind of set on like a totally different career path. I was like, I was going to own my own restaurant and do that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And one day in two, like I was sick of the food industry and was like, hey, I was kind of good at that cam thing. Let me try that again.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started doing cam work, and I had some people order some custom videos, and I had never made videos before. I hadn't even like thought about doing it. And after I did the custom, like I kind of like this more than I like camming. So I kind of just dove into being a clip maker, content creator, taking lots of sexy pictures and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, okay. So, with the camming, how did you? What steps did you take to become a content creator? Which basically, when did you start shooting boy girl?
So, the first, like, I'd say 9 months of me making clips, it was just me by myself.
Okay.
And then through making connections on Twitter, networking with other people, I found some people out here in Las Vegas where I live now. But
Okay.
I found some people out here that were like super excited to make content with me, and I flew out
I
here
don't.
and that.
I don't blame them for looking at you. But go
Yeah,
ahead.
so I'd say I waited about 9 months into making clips before I started making like boy girl and girl videos.
Mhm. So, who was your first? What was your first boy girl scene?
So my first boy girl scene, it was with a guy. He's now retired, but his
Okay.
name was Jay, and we filmed some femdom stuff, and then we filmed some like regular, just like kinky sex too.
Mhm.
And that's one of my still one of my top selling like boy girl videos, I think, because it was my first, and everyone's like super excited about that.
Oh, most definitely. So, when you met up with him, um, because like I said, my podcast we talk about the unsexy stuff. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we about to get into that territory. One of the things that has to be discussed on any shoot is boundaries, as well as getting to know the talent.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Speak to discussing boundaries with that talent, be it that was your first scene, and two, what was your feel and how you was feeling and your emotions for your first scene, and also tell us more about it.
So we did most of our communications through Twitter, messaging, and just kind of discussing. Had kind of already viewed my content a little bit, and seen kind of what I did, and so
Mhm.
he presented a couple of ideas, and I basically told him like yes or no on them.
Mhm.
Now I will say like the conversation on boundaries that first time definitely wasn't how I operate now.
Mhm.
I've kind of like evolved and like figured out like really what kind of boundaries that need to be set and what kind of conversations need to be had.
Mhm.
Like very nervous obviously the first time because I didn't have any idea, but I felt okay with it because the person I was working with was pretty known in the industry and had been doing it for a while, so I
Mhm.
felt pretty safe that like I would be in good hands.
Mhm.
um Now like the second or third time making with other people, I did notice some things where it's like, okay, I should maybe have this conversation beforehand, and I'm like kind of learning as I go.
Mhm.
But now like I have a consent and like boundary checklist that I use that kind of goes through kind of any and everything, and you
Mhm.
know check if you like it, don't like it, or you know don't want it on the table for the scene. And I found that like that really helps like kind of clear everything up beforehand, and you don't have to have like an awkward conversation. It's just like right there on paper.
Mhm.
But I've like kind of learned that.
Okay, okay, okay. So this shoot was just like a professional type shoot, or it was more of on the amateur side?
It was definitely more on the amateur side. Most of my content is amateur or like pro am.
Yeah,
Like we've got good lighting and good cameras, and we may have a storyline, but it's still like, it's not a studio or anything.
yeah, because I'm seeing watching you peeing in a dressing room right now
Yeah.
on your Twitter feed and
Yeah,
twerking and stuff. But go ahead.
my solo stuff is definitely pretty amateur. Like you're kind of
Mm-hmm.
just seeing like me being a freak, and whatever I'm feeling
Yeah.
that day. But
Mm-hmm.
since I've moved out here to Vegas last year, I have been able to do a couple of studio shoots and
Mm-hmm.
see kind of that side of like the professional.
Okay. Now, speaking of the professional shoot, the studio shoots,
Mm-hmm.
speak to your feelings walking on set, your expectations walking on set, your preconceived notions, and how it was different from shooting amateur.
Um, so I definitely like look into the studios that are hiring me and kind of see like what other shoots they've done, like what the other performers are like dressing like, acting like,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like what the scenes doing, just so I can kind of prepare and know what to bring, know how to do my hair and makeup and stuff for the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when I go on like a pro set, like I know we're gonna be taking photos. They call them like pretty girls. So I know we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna take some of those that are gonna kind of go through my outfit and be cute and sexy. And then, most of the time I know we're gonna do action shots as well. So like actual penetration photos and the different, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Sometimes it's really hit or miss on if the scene is gonna take all day or if it's gonna be pretty quick and take a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
But I usually just go ahead and set aside a whole day because you never really know when there's like a big crew or like five, you know,
Mm-hmm.
shit happens. It could take a while.
Yeah, because I know the one thing, of course, from shooting with the studios, different from that of amateur is that you really have to pay attention to the angles, positioning, and the
Mm-hmm.
whole nine. How was it? How was it for you to transition into doing that?
Honestly, it was not that super difficult because even in my amateur stuff, I still try to have it look as good as possible. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
still kind of on the pro am side where it's like
Mm-hmm.
angling my body so that you see all the action. I may have a few videos where like it's just very spontaneous sex and like you're just going to see it happen, but
Mm-hmm.
I felt like the transition was pretty easy for me as far as like action shots and angles and being able to position my body. I do like a lot of fetish modeling as well, and that's all about positioning your body towards the camera and making illusions with your body. So I really only feel like I've struggled with like the pretty girls because it's like a different kind of modeling. Like I've done fetish
Yeah,
modeling, but this is modeling, so it's like I
yeah,
gotta that's where I've got to like figure out my little flow
yeah.
um with
See,
that.
see, see. Back in the day, all you had to do was just really just like go. They had the porn magazines, and you just duplicate the poses or practice
Yeah,
duplicate. Period.
yeah, I need to get some of those and do some practicing.
Because a lot of people don't realize on the app, even on the pro am side, you want pictures for advertisement. Plus, having professional looking pictures make fans take you more seriously, and to me it helps you make more money because when they see
Absolutely.
you as more professional, then they take it more seriously and they become more invested versus than just the normal amateur stuff or what have you. Had you
Mhm.
know the difference when it comes to sale as well as fan growth when you start doing the more professional stuff?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, speak to it.
Yeah, like I definitely see a positive reaction when like I do take time to like curate like a nice set and my filming area here at home and like
Mm-hmm.
make it look really nice and spend time editing the pictures or even like have you know, a photographer come out and take photos. I love doing, you know, my sexy photo shoots, and I do agree with that. It adds that level of like care. Like if you show you care, like the people watching you are going to care a little bit more. You know, they'll be a little more invested if they see like you're actually in this. You're not just here for a short time and dipping out. You're like, no, this is what I like. This is what I invest in, and I care about it, and it shows like you care about bringing better stuff every time.
Yeah, because I see that you basically take pride in your work, and you also make it a sense to have variety. So I got to ask this: how many toys you have?
Tours? What do you mean?
Dildos and
Oh, toys.
vibrators,
Oh,
toys. We do the
I
lingo. You do porn. Come on now.
I have quite a collection. I was doing some like review stuff with a few of like the bigger toy companies. So I have a few like Hanky's toys and a few of the like more niche kind of like fetish toys, some monster dildos, like eggs, a bunch of crazy shit in here. But yeah, I love, because like I said, like the first, you know, 9 months of my clip making was all solo. I kind of like really explored all the different toys you can have and the different fetishes that people are into with those.
Yeah, cause I can tell that you kind of, because the biggest mistake I think a lot of girls make with the camming or even with porn is that they get stuck in one lane. And what I mean by one lane is that, like, for example, variety is the spice of life, correct?
Yes.
So if you're going to do webcam, it makes sense to have multiple toys. It makes sense to have outfits. It makes sense to switch it up, you know, period. How much of a point did you make it to when you did your webcam and even now to your filming to switch it up and give them variety and different stuff so everything won't be the same?
Well, so I really like kind of pride myself in being like a fetish kind of connoisseur. Like I'm very, very interested in like fetishes and what like weird niche things like about them get people off. So if you look at like my library, I do have like a very wide variety of fetishes, toys, outfits, like ideas going on. And I found that did really work for me. Like if you look at my top selling, there's like 5 or 6 different like kinds, like categories. It's not just like one specific thing. And I have fun going through like a porn kink category list and like finding things I've never heard of before and like Googling it and being like, that's hot, I've got to make something like that, and just exploring that and like showing people that, and then people really dig that and it.
Definitely. So what's some of the fetishes that they will see if they go on your site?
So definitely I think my most popular is pee. And it's like public peeing, like peeing in on other people, like just in general is just kind of a fun thing. And I didn't even know that I liked that until I started doing porn and people were asking hesitant. I was like, oh, I don't really want to do that. And then I tried it a few times and I was like, okay, I really like this. And now it's like one of my personal like kinks. I also do like a lot of taboo role play, whether it be family or like zoo fetish or the different dildos and like dirty talk role play. A really popular one that I'd never really heard about is Vore, VORE, where you basically like eat a human alive, you eat them whole and digest them, and it plays into mouth fetish and like feety and like cannibalism and all kinds of like fun things, and it's very interesting like where your imagination can go with that.
Yeah, true. Because you can have some fake ass skin and you be eating it.
Yeah,
Hey, hey,
I have these little men that I basically pretend I shrink you down and I eat you like candy, and it's fun. It's interesting because it can go a lot of different ways.
well, most definitely. So I see that you are your brand as far as with your content and everything that you're doing. When you was thinking about your brand, what's some of the things that you considered and how much you try to stay on brand with your content?
So when I first, started, I had blue hair. I was very kind of alt, really diving into that odd fetish stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And even when I was doing like boy girl and girl girl, we still kind of played with the odd fetish kind of stuff. We didn't really go vanilla with a lot of our content. And
Mm-hmm.
so I've really tried to stay true to that. I have done some, people would say vanilla content, but I have tried to stay like pretty true to my fetish stuff.
Well, I mean, the
Um
fetish niche is more of a money maker than the vanilla, anyway. To be
Definitely.
honest.
Yeah, definitely. Like I also realized that like me being a chubby girl, that
Mm-hmm.
was really a big part of my brand as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I really play into that. And like, so at the beginning in 2021, I decided I wanted to do something a little bit different. And I completely changed my hair. I'm a redhead now, and I really want to
I
still,
like that color better.
yeah, like I'm true to my kinkiness, and I feel like everybody loves a kinky redhead. So,
Yeah.
I'm changing my brand a little bit, but I'm still like
Mm.
really staying true to like my sexual exploration of that.
Yeah, because I mean, you redhead, big busty, big booty, and tatted up. We love it.
Yes. And even my Twitter says chubby girl better, like you gotta stay true.
Most definitely. And so shoot. So of course you into the BDSM. Am I correct?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay. Then so where do you fall on the BDSM spectrum? BDSM spectrum.
So I'm definitely a switch. I would
Okay.
say I'm a little more sub leaning, but I am a switch. I do really enjoy kicking guys in the balls, which is pretty extreme. I have a few videos of ball busting and like ball torture. I have a whole clips for sale that is just femdom and being really mean, which is fun
Mhm.
sometimes. But I do enjoy being submissive as well.
Mhm.
Impact play is like probably my favorite.
Oh, so you love to be
Spanking,
spanked.
yes, are definitely my favorite. And like uh, play, being choked, stuff like that is really fun.
So you're talking to a dom here, so you speaking my language, but go
Oh, yes,
ahead.
yes. Yeah, like one of my videos that I'm about to release is a intense flogging video. I've
Hmm.
actually never like had to tap out from being spanked before, and I had to tap out
Hmm.
this time. So
Ooh, we
that'll
must
be
be
fun for people to see.
oh, they was so you into bondage?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god, she's used to my ears. I swear, as a dom. So have you done a bondage thing yet?
Bondage scene yet. I did just do my first like rope bondage suspension a couple
Oh,
weeks ago.
ooh,
That
nice.
was really fun. I left with a few nice like rope kisses on my arms
Yeah.
and legs. That was nice.
Mhm. Oh, most definitely. Because the interesting part is that I remember I talked to a producer. I ain't gonna say who, and I asked him why you didn't have like BBWs or thicker women. And he was like, "Well, because they're not flexible enough to do the stuff that they asked for." And I was like, You just don't know the big girls that I know.
Right. Oh my gosh, it's so funny because one of the last guys I worked with, after we shot our scene, he was like, "Wow, I'm actually surprised you are as flexible as you are." Because like I'm a chubby girl, I guess he wasn't expecting me to be able to
Yeah,
put my legs behind my head. And I'm like, "No, like I stretch. I know plenty of big girls who can do the splits and put their legs behind their head."
yeah, because I mean, because I know the shit they were doing, it was like, it was extreme. It was extreme. Oh God, I'm talking about like literally they tied up, cannot do nothing. They just getting pounded.
Yeah.
You know, but the shit was hot because, like I said, I'm into stuff like that, so that's kind of hot anyway.
Right. I think there's ways to do it. You can accommodate
Yeah,
rope bondage for any body style. And I personally think rope bondage looks really sexy on like curvy or bigger girls.
it does. It does because the rope dig it to the
Yeah.
meat a little bit, make it look good. I really love
Hmm.
the titty tie up when they tie them up with the tie titties. I love
Yes.
that shit.
Yes, exactly.
So, see. That's why I said you have to come back to the show because we got to really do a straight up episode on BDSM for real.
Yeah, that would be fun. I'd love that.
So
I could talk
now,
all day about it.
almost definitely. Now let's get to the unsexy, sexy stuff. All right, and
Okay.
this is because you're a business owner. You have a brand. You do your own content or what have you. Let's talk about the ups and downs of the business. Some months is good, some months is not.
Hmm.
Speak to one of the misconceptions that people think walking in that this you're gonna make a shitload of money, and speak to the ups and downs money wise with the business, the numbers, you know what I'm saying, the cash outs, all that good stuff, as well as what do you do when months are slow.
Okay. So it's I hate when I see people say like, "Oh, just go make an OnlyFans, make some money really quick," because it's
Mm-hmm.
definitely not like that. Like it's a luck game. If you do make money really quick like that, where's the longevity? Like, is that going to be consistent? Who are you making all that money from? Like, are those people going to stick around? Are you making content, enough to keep them around?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like all of those think about like when you pop into this business, like even when I first started, I still was stripping in the clubs, 2 or 3 nights a week, just to kind of have money in my bank account, because it's not
Mm-hmm.
consistent online, especially when you first start. If you don't have a following somewhere else, it's if you're just starting it from scratch, which I started my brand completely from scratch. I had no following anywhere. I was just a regular person. It's really time, and when you are working a regular job and doing sex work, it takes even longer. And I've seen, especially with the pandemic, I've seen a lot of my friends try it and realize the work that goes into it, the thick skin you have to have, you know and they're just like, no, I can't do this long term. But there are some months where it seems really easy and the sales are coming in, and then the next month it could be half of that. You never really know, especially in porn. It's so uh, unregulated and kind of just all over the place that, like, I mean, there can be an article about OnlyFans pop up and everyone's income drops because they threaten to take us down, and we have to now pick up the pieces. And it's like there's always something happening. I've noticed in the years I've been doing this, there's always something happening. You kind of have to like learn how to roll with the punches, have multiple sources of income. Like, don't just rely on one site, don't rely on one cam show or anything like
Mm-hmm.
that. Like, you have to have multiple things going on to keep yourself relevant, to keep the money flowing. If a site shuts down, you always have something still keeping you active. So I think all of that's really important to keep in mind, like when you're starting out or, wanting to keep going in this industry.
So when did it hit you that I need to take this seriously as a business, as and a career?
I don't know. I think there was a couple months into me doing it where I was just doing camming and stripping. I was just like, you know what? Like, this is this is fun. I like this. People are buying my stuff. Notice that, like, you know, people were constantly coming back to order customs, or I was building this fan base where it wasn't just like, random people all the time, and I felt like more connected. And I was like, okay, like this is kind of the first thing I've ever done. Just really been good at it, and it's challenging, but I'm good at it, and people are enjoying what I'm making. And I was like, I think I actually do this like legit. And I quit stripping. I took a chance, and I quit stripping, and I invested in lighting equipment and stuff for backgrounds for my sets. And I was just like, you know what, like, this is gonna be, I'm gonna do this. And that's when I started, really reaching out to the community and reaching out to people to make other content with, because I knew that was gonna definitely be the way to like really like get a foothold in the industry.
Okay. Which actually you just gave me a segue. Now the male talent. Now, do you with your male talents? Do you if guys want to work with you, all right? Because there's always guys in Vegas, so I know AVN time is coming around. Face getting out there. There's gonna be male talents are gonna be looking to work with new talent, female talent, and of course, I'm pretty sure your name is gonna pop up, especially after this interview drops. But anyway, um, what do you look for a male talent to work with for content trade that would sit there and say, yes, I would do content trade with? What do you have to bring to?
So,
And for instance, and how he need to approach you. Go.
yes, I was gonna say, first and foremost, it's like how are they approaching me? Because I am immediately going to ignore a message that's just like, hey, I want to make content with you, or like, hey, you want to hook up and make content. Like, I find that very unprofessional. Like, you're not just hitting me up on a dating app or sliding into my DMs to hook up. Like, this is a business. So I look, first and foremost, how are they approaching me? Like, I like when someone's like, hey, like, I'm such and such. I really enjoy your content. I would love to work with you. I will be tested, this time, blah, blah, blah. Like, kind of just being like a respect, almost like a business email is how I would like to be approached right off the bat. And when they mention testing, that lets me know like they're legit, because we all go through our testing protocols here. I also, after that, I'll go and look and see, like, do they have any kind of social media presence, even if it's small. Like, I don't care. They don't have to have thousands of followers. Like, do you have a Twitter? Do you have an Onlyfans? Do you have any other clip site? Are you verified on anything? Have you made content before? Is it good content? Not just like, I'm going to turn my phone on while I'm fucking this girl and say this is content, Like, are you professional?
Yeah.
And that's really where I like it to start off. If we get a tiny bit flirty, that's totally okay, as long as it's not extremely flirty. Like, we're still in this, it's sex, but it's still, our job. So it's good to have some chemistry and know like we're attracted, or like, this will be, fun to make, but still keep it professional,
So who you shoot with now? As far as
I mean, I've shot with he's a newbie. His name's Christian Castillo. I think he just got signed to an agency, but he's super, super new, and he hit me up respectfully. He's new to the city, so like working wise, so I asked a couple of local performers I know, ask them if they knew about him. That's another thing. If you've worked with other people, like having good references is like really, really important, because there's one day somebody could be okay, the next day a whole scandal comes out about them or something. And asking other people that have worked with them is like really a really good judge of character sometimes. But I've worked with him. My flogging scene was with Fast Flog.
Yeah, I saw the BJ scene with him.
Yeah, so we did that, and we did a flogging scene. He got me all worked up after the flogging scene, so I had to
Yeah, I can tell.
return the favor.
I can tell.
Yes.
So, in a lot of cases in this business, because it's interesting you were saying about the professional. A lot of times, feelings get mixed. You know,
Hmm.
people getting their feelings or what have you. Speak to keep it separating professional from personal.
I mean, honestly, it can be kind of difficult, especially when you're on set. As a female, you kind of don't want to like ruffle any feathers or be a pain in the ass. Or sometimes, like, I mean, this doesn't happen, that much to me, but it's like, sometimes it's hard to kind of stand up for yourself and say no. But it's really just like knowing what your boundaries are personally, like
Mm-hmm.
asserting that with yourself and knowing like when you go on set, like there's no reason to divert from what your boundaries are. So like, I've been able to keep it pretty, professional, even if we are in like a super heat of the moment time. It's like,
Yeah,
we still got to get our paperwork done. We still
yeah,
got to get
yeah, yeah,
IDs. Like, let's not get all confused with, hormones and stuff going on. We still got
yeah.
a job to
Because
do.
I tell any guy, remember, and any female, remember, you were there because y'all do porn. Y'all gonna
Mm,
play. So it's best to keep professional because the worst thing that can happen is you get a reputation, female wise, that you fuck every male time off camera, and on the male
exactly.
side, same thing, because that will hurt your money, that will hurt you with work, because they're gonna be like, oh, he gonna try to holler at all the girls every time he come on set, or she just gonna throw the pussy to every male talent, and
Hmm.
plus dudes talk. Cause people don't realize the business is small but yet big. People talk to
Yes.
each other, period. That's how it is. Just when producers talk to producers, talent talk to talent, you know, all,
Small world.
yeah. So, and people got to take that into account. You have to be professional at all times,
Yeah,
period.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, because I can see that you definitely a professional lady because from your pics to the way you do your scenes and the whole night. but but you a burlesque dancer, am I correct?
Yes, I do
Yes.
do burlesque outside of porn. Yeah.
Okay, then now explain to everybody what is burlesque for the people that may not know.
So burlesque is a kind of stripping. It
Mm-hmm.
is stripping. We do strip our clothes off, but it's kind of in like a storytelling kind of way. We have
Mm-hmm.
like costumes and we have layers that we take off and kind of, some people are really classic and look very like vintage, glamorous. Some people are very like we call neo burlesque, which is just very like raunchy stripper. Like some people are funny. It's kind of just how, art through stripping.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit more mainstream, I'd say, out of like all different kinds of sex work or anything. Burlesque is definitely the most like mainstream, welcomed kind of
Mm-hmm.
form of stripping or sexual expression.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I have been doing burlesque about as long as I've been doing porn.
Okay.
And I'm trying to be like a really classic performer, like Marilyn Monroe type of person. And
Mm-hmm.
then through like it's really funny because through doing my porn and exploring these fetishes, I realized that like that's kind of how I wanted to express myself in burlesque. And
Mm-hmm.
now like all of my burlesque acts are really fetish oriented. They're very like sexy, wearing like corsets and black harnesses and just, bringing
Mm-hmm.
that like major sex appeal like to the stage while I'm performing.
Mm. So shoot. So I mean, what made you decide to get into burlesque?
I think I had just kind of heard friends talk about it. Where I was living, there was a small burlesque scene. And I am in the queer community. I'm asexual and I'm pansexual. So I would go to these like queer bars and they had some burlesque shows. And one of my friends had a burlesque group and she kind of forced me to try out for the group. I didn't really want to. I was like, I don't know what the hell any of this is, but and I auditioned. I didn't make it. I was terrible, but it was fun and I liked learning about it. I do really love vintage, even though I'm not a vintage performer. I really love vintage things. I love Marilyn
Yeah, you give
Monroe.
off that vibe, and you actually give off that vibe for real.
Oh, thank you. And I actually have some Marilyn Monroe cosplay videos because I just love dressing that way. But it intrigued me, and I was like, I kind of want to learn. It's like a way I found a way.
I'm surprised you don't do Lucille Ball.
Ooh, she was a burlesque performer.
Yeah,
that would be hot with the red hair.
And when people don't realize she could actually sing for real.
Yes, she was amazing.
Yeah, I actually saw a movie with her in it, and she was singing. I said, "Wait a second, she didn't sound like Daddy. I Love Lucy."
Yes. Ooh, you gave me some ideas now.
Yeah. I like the retro look, what have you, especially like because like even on the porn side of things, the garter belt with the nude stockings, that was always the class, or what have you. So I mean, shoot, I feel that. I feel that.
Yes, and yeah, doing the burlesque, I found to take, and it was a way to kind of be sexy and kind of work out at the same time. And I really love sexy costumes. I love making costumes. So all of my burlesque stuff I make myself. So it's fun to make like panties and bras and sparkly things, and then get naked in front of a bunch of
now with the burlesque, because of course y'all doing dance routines the whole nine, making your body move. Do you think that helps your scenes, your boy-girl scenes? Because a female that can dance usually is let's be honest, a damn probably good fuck. And so on camera, does it because like I said, you know how to do positioning and stuff like that. How do you translate the burlesque? I mean, how do it correlate to when you're on camera with porn?
Yeah, so I would say like it definitely helps with my confidence because I'm confident in the way my body moves. And then when, you're doing these sexy dances, you do have to like stretch. You got to work on your flexibility. Like that's something I'm constantly working on because I dance. So I would definitely agree with you. Like girls dance like kind of do fuck better just because we know how to like move our body. We know how our body moves and we're already stretching and doing that so we don't injure ourselves dancing, that like we're already a little bit more flexible. So it kind of just helps that where it's like how to stretch and like be able to get my legs to open up wide. I like stretch in a certain way.
Okay. Now I also see you had a strap on. You say you're pansexual. You do girls. You do. If it looks sexy, it can get done. So when you do the strap on with the girl, right? How hard you go with it?
I mean, as hard as they like it. I mean, with it. And I've used a big. Oh yeah. I mean, I found that. I mean, the girl pegged guys too, and honestly, the girls take it better than the guys do.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah, like I can go way harder with the girls and slapping the asses and pulling the hair and flipping them around.
Yeah. I'm starting to notice more guys are into pegging.
Yeah.
Lately. It's kind of funny. I'm like, oh God. So I mean, what's one of the funniest ones you did, peg wise?
Funnest?
Funniest or funniest?
Funniest.
After when you made you laugh, like I can't believe that happened.
Well, the first time I ever pegged anyone was pretty funny. They were definitely, I don't know if they maybe hadn't done it very often, but they were trying. They really were. And they were trying to like moan and maybe act like they were into it, but I could tell, like, just say you don't like this. It's okay. We don't have to do this. Like, we can just do regular things. It's fine. And then it was kind of awkward afterwards, like when we're done. It's like, okay, well, how was that for you? And it's like kind of awkward. Like, let's just do regular sex. It's fine. Like, we tried. It's okay.
Oh my goodness. I mean, because it's like I've talked to many girls about that, and it's just funny, just the visual of a dude where he's most of the time they probably doggy style, I'm pretty sure. But I'm talking about the one that would go full flown missionary. That's what I'm talking
No,
about.
that's what happened to me.
Oh.
He was missionary and he was trying, and I'm just like, we can
See,
do this a different way.
He much wants you to stroke him as you stroke him.
I mean, we tried a few different things, but stick wasn't getting hard. Mm-hmm. It was like, this isn't working. Let's just try. Let's just try regular.
And then with regular, what happened?
Well, I guess you don't know until you try.
Yeah, true. He probably would have.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't work for him.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna work for me because I already know it, so I ain't gonna be trying that shit.
And that's okay.
No finger, no dildo. No. So shoot. So of course I asked everybody about this. Now OnlyFans. What was your thought process?
Well, so right off the bat, I didn't believe it because there wasn't any word straight from OnlyFans. So I didn't freak out right away. I was like, I'm a skeptical person. I'm like, no, you need to prove that this is real before I'm gonna believe you. So I was like, no, I don't think it's gonna happen. And then when OnlyFans did announce, like, okay, we're gonna remove porn, I was like, oh shit, okay. So I still didn't like freak out. And I think honestly, this is what has like saved me because I've seen a lot of people say that their business took a really big hit when that happened. And mine hasn't. It's done the opposite. Like I've actually been doing better since the announcement because I didn't freak out. I sent out a message to the fans saying like, do not leave. I'm going to figure out what we're going to do. And I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. So don't leave. I set up some other sites, got them, got verified on the other fan sites that were coming up. But then I was still just kind of like, I'm going to wait it out. And in my head, I was like, I'm just going to use it anyway up until they tell me I can't. Like, I'm going to ride this until the wheels fall off. Like, they're going to have to kick me off. Like, fuck it, like whatever. So I just kept doing the same thing, acting normal, and I haven't seen my sales drop. I had the best I ever had on OnlyFans last month, and my fans are going up, and I think just keeping a cool head like really kind of helped.
Yeah, because I mean, even I was gonna say this. I was like, shit. Even if they did, I would have told girls, "No, you keep the OnlyFans. You just use that to pull traffic from OnlyFans to your other shit.
Exactly.
You just figure out what to do. Period. It's about adjustment. Business is about adjustment.
Exactly.
You got to be able to adjust to the changes. Yeah.
Right. You just adjust kind of what you're displaying on the feed, which is fine. We're already kind of having to censor ourselves for like Instagram or Twitter or whatever. So just kind of still use it. You still have fans there. You still have access to communication with them. So like when I saw people just up and dropping it, I was like, oh man, like that's not really the best to do because you're just completely cutting ties with thousands of people.
So do you have other platforms?
So I already I have my clip platforms, but I didn't have any other like fan sites. So I did go ahead and make like a Pocket Stars and a Fansly and all of that to kind of subsidize. And I've, uploaded my content and stuff on there. But still, the main hitter is still the OnlyFans. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I
Well,
don't know. I
shoot,
still don't
because
trust it, but we'll see what
yeah,
happens.
no, because I tell females you put your stuff on as many platforms as possible because each platform has its own traffic, and then also I suggest the girls to have a standalone site because if you notice that a lot of the hashtags are being taken away, categories being taken away, to where they're going to ban pissing and scat and
Mm-hmm.
the more extreme fetishes like that, and that's where the standalone site comes in. Because to me, the way the business is moving is that they're trying to be more solo content creator friendly than that of boy girl content friendly.
Definitely.
Even to the point of how they changed the paperwork now.
Yeah. Very stressful with all of that change.
So yes, and it's crazy to keep up with it.
It really is. And each site does a little bit differently.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm glad I retired. So part of the reason why I'm glad I retired, I saw the shit coming down the pike because even
Yeah.
to the point X videos because the tube sites they're dying. They well actually by the they're pretty much dead because all of them are now coming content sell. They're becoming to this so you can sell content on those sites now.
Yeah.
So that free shit is pretty much about to be dead almost, if you want to be honest,
Mm-hmm.
because girls can't complain about free videos because you can monetize them now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like I still have a Pornhub, even though we can't really sell the videos. I still have it up for like the ad rev.
yeah. So
It's
with that,
tricky. It's still there, and I noticed that like since all the payment processor issues, I used to make payout on Pornhub, but it's kind of hard now because people are leaving.
yeah, because yeah, because it's kind of like, but um, it was inevitable because even to the point that, like I said, it's the age of the content creator,
Mm-hmm.
and these platforms see it makes more money to have the content creator sell their stuff on their platform than it is just to have it on the platform.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, you know it was serious when YouTube started doing shit. Spotify doing subscriptions right now. I got one,
Yep.
and
Yep. Same.
she will be a special smoke episode. Trust and believe. So, because I got to bring you back. So you in Vegas?
Yes.
Have you been to any conventions?
So I did go to AVN, but then COVID hit, and that's when I
Mm-hmm.
moved out here. So I haven't been able to go to really anything else.
Yeah, because I think AVN they talking about virtual this coming year. I heard don't
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? But either way, shoot. Well, I know the next year is coming, so I'm pretty sure you might be thinking about going to. Well, I mean, if you're able to go to some of the exoticas or what have you, might be going down.
Yeah, I was really banking on AVN happening, so I didn't plan on going to Exotica
Mm-hmm.
this year.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm like, damn, I feel like I should have.
Mm-hmm.
But next year for sure, I'm definitely going to
So,
be going to some
okay.
Exoticas.
So, would you ever participate in a content house? Because I know that's the thing now in porn.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. I think that would be fun. I have noticed that's like a new trend happening with these
It
content
is.
houses.
Yeah, and they get a lot of work done in that motherfucker. And
I've
it
done
kind of go ahead.
I've done a content like party, like event that was like
Mm-hmm.
2 days, but I haven't done like I've seen where they like rent a house for a month or whatever and do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I have done like a party.
And how was that?
That was pretty fun. Definitely got a lot of work done. It was cool to have like everybody around and have like that fun atmosphere. Had plenty of people to help with videography and all of that. So it was pretty fun. Definitely got a lot of stuff done.
No doubt, no doubt. So, Miss Lady, tell everybody where they can find you.
Well, I'm on Twitter, Celeste Luna XO. I also have an Instagram, celeste.lunaxo. I have my OnlyFans, also Celeste Luna XO. There's a trend here with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have a Pornhub. You can just search my name, Celeste Luna, and you can find me there. Mini vids, the same. Yeah, I can find all my clips there.
AKA Google me. Google me, bitch.
Google me. I'm
so Miss Lady,
everywhere.
Miss Lady, will you be coming back and become a regular smoke buddy for the podcast?
Absolutely. This was fun.
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it, people. She said it, so I'm gonna hold it to it. We're gonna be bringing it back, and y'all get to hear more of her again and again and again.
Yes, we got to talk BDSM.
Oh, we definitely gonna do that in the next episode. That's gonna be some fire right there. So with
Yes.
that being said, people, life is a learning experience with the point of experience. Then smoke that over. Thank you for coming to the lounge.